In this part of our clickers to miter tutorial, I will show you how to make new zones. Each zone will have a better coins and a better sell place with higher multiplier. They will also save, and you can buy them by clicking on them. And unfortunately I have already recorded this video, but yeah, my voice got broken and there was no way how I can fix that file, so I have to recreate it again. But this time it will be faster, hopefully. So we will start by creating a folder inside of workspace and call this folder zone doors. Then you can add a part, make sure it is anchored, and you can name this part however you want, but make sure the zone names are the same, because in leader stats we will create a new section called zones. You don't need to do this, this is just a command so I can organize it better. Do local zones equals to instance.new folder player. Zones.name equals to zones. This will create a new folder inside of player. Then we will create a desert zone, so local desert equals to instance.new bool value comma zones. Desert.name equals to desert and desert.value equals to false. As you can see, I have this desert part there and part that is called zone 3. I have desert right there and zone 3 right there. So this is related to this and the desert is related to the desert. These names have to be exactly the same. Then how you can save this is go right there. Desert.value equals to data.desert, zone 3.value equals to data.zone 3. Now go down there into the save data function. Desert equals to player.zones.desert.value. Same thing with the zone 3. Zone 3 equals to player.zones.zone3.value. So hopefully you understood now how to create a new zone. Just you can duplicate this door, rename it and create a new value there that is called the same. But now each zone has also some stuff. As you can see, I have made these. It doesn't matter how the zone will look like, but I will recommend you to add a surface GUI and add a name and a price text label. We just add a server script into each text label. And now let's start with the price. So we get the zone, which is script.parent.parent.parent, and the price is zone.price.value. And then we just set the text to the price. So script.parent.text equals to this sign dot price. As you can see, we have desert and we have these two values there, then the surface GUI, then the text, and then the script. So this is why we have script.parent.parent.parent. Make sure it looks exactly the same. Here you can see my explorer, so just copy this. Same thing with the name, because one of our values is a string value, the price is the price in cash. You can see it is a number value and you can set up the price there. The name value is a string value and it can be whatever you want. It doesn't need to be exactly the same. If you don't know how to do this, just go to the desert, click plus, search string value and import it. Same thing with number value. Now with name, we just copy the price script, paste it there and just rename this to zone name and change this to nameval.value. And here the text will be just zone name. Now go to replicated storage, remote events, and you need to create a new remote event and call it by zone. This remote event will be used in our destroy walls local script. So go to starter player scripts and insert a local script. In this script we will get a player, so it is game get service players.local player and local zones equals to game.workspace wait for child zone doors. Then we will create a character edit function, so player.character edit connect function. Then we will create a for loop for I, v in zones get children do if player wait for child zones wait for child v.name dot value equals to true we destroy. The same thing will be there because we can maybe like put the zone very far away, so this zone won't be loaded for the player on the start of the game. To fix this, we can just do zones.childEdit connect function, then we will get the child and we will do if player wait for child zones wait for child child.name.value equals to true, then we will remove the child or destroy it. And then to remove the door when the player buys it, we just do game, replicated storage, remote events, buy zone.onClient event, connect function. Then we will get a door parameter there. And if door doesn't equals to nil, then door destroy. And how do we buy the door? Well, each zone has a click detector. You can set the max activation distance. I kept it at 32. And the click detector has a buy script. In this script we will get a door, so it is script.parent.parent, and then we will do script.parent.mouseClick connect function player in parameters there. Then we will do local price equals to door.price.value, and maybe our script that removes the doors on the start of the game fails or anything can happen. So if the door wasn't removed and if the player owns the door, we will just fire the buy zone event and we will paste the player there and the door. But if player doesn't own the door, we will check if the player has enough cash. So if player.leaderstats.cash.value higher or equals to price, then we will decrease the cash and fire the event, just like we did here. And we will also change the value to true. So player.zones find first child door.name.value equals to true. But there is no reason to buy these zones yet. So how do we give them a reason? Well, in the previous tutorial I showed you how to make these coins. So we have zone 1, you can just duplicate this, rename it to whatever you want. I will rename it to zone 2 and we can move them here. And now go to the folder and we can go reward and we can actually increase the reward to maybe 20. So these coins will give us just 5, but these coins will give us 20. Same thing if we duplicate this again and we can rename it to zone 3, then maybe change it to 50. If you want to change these coins, you can add them. It can be a basic part or a mesh. Nothing else. Make sure it is a part or a mesh. And also make sure it is anchored and that the can collide is off. And one more thing to make this work is that we need to add an attribute. So go to properties and down there are attributes. Click the plus icon, change the time to boolean and rename it to can collect. Save it and set it to true. One more thing how to update our zones is to make a special cell place. So we can Ctrl-Alt-G or just create a folder, name it cell zones and insert our cell zone there. We can name this cell place 1. We can add a number value and rename it to multiplier. In the zone 1 it will be just set to 1 and we just need to go to the touch part, cell clicks, and here where we do player.leaderstats.cache.value plus equals to player.leaderstats.clicks.value, we just need to do times script.parent.multiplier.value. So this will be multiplied by 1. Now we can duplicate this, paste it here, rename it to cell place 2 and change the multiplier to 2 or maybe 1.5 or any number that you want, but I will set it to 2. So here the multiplier is 1, but here it is 2. So if we have like 2 clicks, here we will have 2 times 1, so here we will get 2 cash. But if we will sell our 2 clicks here, we will get 4 cash because it's 2 times 2. And here it will be 6 because the multiplier here will be 2. And 3 times 2 is 6. And just rename this. And this is all saved. I have already bought both of the zones, so after we will join the game, you will be able to see that the zones are removed. And yeah, as you can see, they are removed. And the coins there are better than these coins in the first zone. Same thing here, these coins are better than these. And here you can do the math. We should get 42 times free cash. So yeah, that's all for this tutorial. Let me know down in the comments what you would want to see next. I want at least 15 likes for the next tutorial. Like, comment, share and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.